You know, I've always heard that blood is thicker than water, that your kids will have your back no matter what storms life throws at you. But let me tell you from experience, sometimes the people closest to you can cut the deepest, and in ways that leave scars that never fully heal. I never in a million years thought I'd be the one sharing a story like this online, pouring my heart out to strangers. But here I am, Margaret, 64 years old, sitting in my cozy little ranch house in a quiet Midwest suburb, the kind of place where everybody knows everybody and the biggest drama is usually who won the church bake-off. But my story, it's the kind that makes you question everything you thought you knew about family, love, and forgiveness. It all started with this gut-wrenching hook that still keeps me up at night. Picture this. I'm in my living room, flipping through Instagram on my tablet. Yeah, I'm old, but I keep up with the times. And suddenly there's this flood of photos from what looks like the wedding of the year. Beautiful venue with string lights, flowers everywhere, my daughter Sophia in a stunning white gown that must have cost a fortune, beaming next to her new husband Ryan. Relatives I haven't seen in years are tagged, friends from her college days, even Ryan's entire extended family. My heart swelled for a split second. My baby girl got married. But then reality hit me like a ton of bricks. I scrolled and scrolled, looking for any sign of me. Nothing. No tag. No photo of us together. No empty chair that should have been mine. That's how I found out my only daughter got married, without even telling me, let alone inviting me. I sat there frozen, tears streaming down my face, my coffee getting cold. How could this happen? How could the child I carried for 9 months, the little girl I stayed up nights with when she had nightmares, the young woman I supported through every heartbreak and triumph, how could she erase me from the biggest day of her life? Let me take you back a bit, because to understand the pain, you have to know the sacrifices. I'm Margaret, like I said, widowed at 42. My husband Tom died in a car crash on his way home from work one rainy evening. Sophia was just 12. One day we were a happy family planning summer vacations to the lake, and the next, it was just us two against the world. I was a school teacher back then, but his life insurance wasn't much, and the medical bills piled up fast. I picked up extra jobs, cleaning offices at night, tutoring on weekends, even driving for one of those rideshare apps before it was cool. There were months we ate pasta with butter for dinner because that's all we could afford, but I made sure Sophia never went without. Dance lessons. I found a way. College. I worked 3 jobs and took out loans I'll be paying till I'm 80. She graduated debt-free with a nursing degree, got a good job at the hospital, met Ryan, a lawyer, fancy guy from the city, and I was so proud. I thought we were unbreakable. But things started changing after she met Ryan. He was charming, sure, but I noticed little things. Sophia stopped coming over for Sunday dinners as often. Calls got shorter. When I asked about wedding plans, she'd been engaged for 8 months by then. She'd brush it off with it's small. Mom, nothing big. Small. That Instagram explosion looked like 200 people. I texted her right away. Honey, congratulations. Why didn't you tell me? I would have been there in a heartbeat. Radio silence for days. Then a short message. We wanted to keep it intimate. Please respect our decision. Intimate? Ryan's mom was the maid of honor's escort or something. I saw the photos. His whole family was there. Mine. 0. Not even my sister, her aunt. I was devastated. Friends from church asked me about the wedding, and I had to pretend I knew all along, smiling through the humiliation. I cried myself to sleep for weeks, wondering what I'd done wrong. Was it because I couldn't contribute much financially? Because I'm old-fashioned? Or was it Ryan whispering in her ear that I was too much drama or something? Whatever it was, it broke something in me. But life goes on, right? I threw myself into my garden, my book club, volunteering at the animal shelter. I told myself if she didn't want me in her life, I'd learn to live without her. Then, 7 months after the wedding, there's a knock at my door on a crisp fall afternoon. I'm out back raking leaves, thinking it's the neighbor borrowing sugar again. But no, it's Sophia, looking radiant but tired, her belly just starting to show under a loose sweater. Pregnant. My first grandchild. My heart leaped despite everything. Rushed to hug her, but she stood stiff, Ryan hovering behind her with that smug look he always has. Mom, she says, eyes on the floor, we need to talk. We sit in the living room, the same one where I rocked her as a baby, and she drops the bomb. Ryan and I are expecting, and we're outgrowing our apartment. Your house is paid off. It's got 4 bedrooms, big yard, perfect for raising a family. Since you're alone now, we figured you'd sign it over to us. You could move into senior living or something smaller. It's practical. I swear the room spun. Practical? This house. The one Tom and I bought with our savings when Sophia was born. The one I fought tooth and nail to keep after he died. Refinancing twice, skipping vacations, wearing the same coat for 10 years. The walls covered in photos of her growing up, her first steps in this kitchen, her prom pictures on that staircase. And now, after ghosting me for her wedding, she wants me to hand it over like I'm some burden? I laughed at first, couldn't help it. Then I got angry. Let me get this straight, I said, voice shaking. You didn't think I deserved to see you get married, but now you think I owe you my home? The home I slaved to keep for you someday, not for you to take while I'm still breathing. Sophia's face hardened. Mom, be reasonable. You've had your life here. It's our turn. The baby's coming, and we need stability. Ryan's job is demanding, and rentals are insane. Think of your grandchild. Ryan chimed in, all lawyer smooth. Legally, it's a gift if you sign. We can have papers ready. You'll be taken care of. We'll even pay for a nice apartment. Taken care of? I felt like I'd been slapped. All those years of sacrifice, and this is what I get. Entitlement wrapped in a pregnancy announcement? No, I said, standing up. This is my home. My memories. My security. You made your choice when you excluded me from your life. Now live with it. They argued for an hour. Tears from her, threats from him about how I'd regret it when the baby comes and I never see my grandkid. Selfish boomer, he muttered as they left. Boomer? I'm Gen X, but whatever. They stormed out, Sophia sobbing that I was abandoning my own blood. That night I didn't sleep. Part of me ached, my baby having a baby and I might miss it all. But another part, the survivor in me, knew if I gave in, they'd keep coming back for more. The car next, then my savings. No, enough was enough. So I did what any heartbroken but determined mom would do. I called my lawyer the next day. Updated my will. The house. Not going to Sophia. Not anymore. Instead, it's going to a charity that helps widowed mothers, women like I was, struggling to keep a roof over their kids' heads. They provide housing, job training, everything. And I set up a small trust for any future grandchildren, but only for education, and only if they reach out to me directly when they're older. No strings through Sophia. A few weeks later, Sophia called screaming that neighbors told her I'd been seen with a realtor. Lie. I was just getting an appraisal for insurance. She accused me of selling her house. I calmly told her the new plans. Dead silence. Then you're dead to me. Click. Do I regret it? Some days, yes. I miss the daughter I raised. I mourn the grandmother I might never be. But regret giving her everything and getting nothing but demands in return? No. I chose peace over poison. I chose me. Finally, after a lifetime of choosing her. And you know what? The garden's blooming better than ever. I adopted a rescue dog who's my new best friend. I'm planning a cruise with girlfriends next spring. First real vacation in 20 years. Life's too short for takers. If Sophia ever comes back with real remorse, not demands, my door's open. But the house, that's staying mine till they carry me out. And after, it'll help some other mom who actually appreciates it. Family isn't just blood. It's respect. It's gratitude. And sometimes, the hardest love is saying no. What do you think, Internet? Was I too harsh? Or was it the perfect comeback to years of being taken for granted? A lot of you messaged me after the first post asking, Margaret, what happened next? Well, grab your coffee, or your wine, I don't judge, because the story didn't end when they slammed my door. It got worse. Way worse. And then, in the most poetic way possible, it got perfect. The first month after I said no was radio silence. I thought maybe, just maybe, Sophia had felt some shame. Nope. Week 5 postpartum, I get a text from an unknown number. It's a photo of my newborn granddaughter, Harper, swaddled in a pink blanket. No message. Just the picture. My hand shook so hard I almost dropped the phone. She was beautiful. Tom's nose, my eyes. I cried like a baby. Then another text came through, this time from Sophia. We thought you'd like to see what you're missing. Change your mind about the house, and maybe you'll get to hold her one day. That was the moment something inside me went ice cold. Using a newborn as a bargaining chip? My own flesh and blood? That same week, the campaign started. Ryan, being the big-shot lawyer, apparently has friends. Suddenly I'm getting letters from a law firm I've never heard of claiming I promised the house to Sophia verbally years ago and that they were preparing to sue for promissory estoppel or some nonsense. I forwarded everything to my attorney, Carol, who laughed so hard she snorted. They're bluffing, Marge. No judge in this county is going to force a widow out of her paid-off home because her daughter threw a tantrum. But the harassment didn't stop at paper. Sophia created a GoFundMe titled, "Help a Young Family Being Terrorized by a Greedy Boomer Grandma." I wish I was joking. She posted childhood photos of us, told a sob story about how I abandoned her after her dad died, how I'm now hoarding a 4-bedroom house while her baby sleeps in a laundry room. Within 2 weeks, it had $18,000 from strangers calling me every name in the book. She even linked my full name and the town I live in. My phone started ringing off the hook with death threats. Someone egged my house. Another person left a cardboard box on my porch with baby clothes soaked in red paint. I had to file a police report. Twice. My church friends were split. Half were horrified on my behalf. The other half whispered that blood is blood and I should do the Christian thing. One lady actually cornered me after Bible study and said, "Jesus gave up everything, Margaret. Maybe it's time you did too." I looked her dead in the eye and said, "Jesus didn't have a daughter who used her infant as leverage. Back off, Diane." Carol, my lawyer, God bless that woman, sent Sophia and Ryan a cease and desist so scorching it could have powered the eastern seaboard. The GoFundMe vanished overnight. Then came the nuclear option. Christmas Eve, 9 p.m. doorbell rings. I open it expecting carolers. Instead it's Sophia, alone, snow in her hair, holding Harper in a carrier. She's crying hysterically. "Mom, please. Ryan left us. He says he can't handle the stress of a baby and a mortgage we can't afford. I have nowhere to go. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, just let us come home." 1 heartbeat. Every maternal instinct screamed to pull them both inside, wrap them in blankets, make hot cocoa like I did when she was 6 and scared of thunderstorms. But I remember the red paint baby clothes, the death threats, the GoFundMe, the weaponized photo of my granddaughter. I looked at her, really looked. She was 28 going on 15, expecting the world to keep rescuing her from consequences she created. I took a breath. "Sophia, I love you. I love that baby with every cell in my body. But this is not coming home. This is you hitting rock bottom and thinking Mom's house is the airbag. It's not. You burned this bridge, baby girl. You poured the gasoline and lit the match yourself." She screamed that I was heartless, that Harper would grow up hating me, that I was going to die alone. I closed the door, locked it, leaned against it, and sobbed until my ribs hurt. 2 days later, Ryan crawled back, shocker, and they moved in with his parents 3 states away. And here's where the revenge, the real, quiet, ice-cold revenge, happened. Remember that charity I rewrote my will for? Second chance homes for widows and single moms. I didn't just leave them the house. I became their biggest volunteer. I'm on the board now. We use the equity in my home, reverse mortgage, smart one, keeps me living here till I die, to buy 2 more properties this year. 6 single mothers and their 12 kids have safe, beautiful homes because of what was supposed to be Sophia's inheritance. Last month we broke ground on Harper House, a duplex named after my granddaughter. Every time a new mom moves in with her babies, I send Sophia the photos. Not to be cruel, just to remind her, this is what legacy looks like when you choose gratitude over greed. Sophia blocked me on everything, of course, but mutual friends tell me she saw the posts. She knows. Do I still cry sometimes when I see little girls with their grandmas at the park? Absolutely. Do I keep Harper's sonogram picture in my wallet and kiss it every night? You bet. But I sleep like a rock in my paid-off house, with my rescue dog snoring at the foot of the bed, surrounded by thank-you cards from women who call me Miss Margaret and bring me cookies just because. And the best part, last week, a 29-year-old widow named Kayla moved into Harper House with her 2 toddlers. She hugged me so tight I thought my ribs would crack and whispered, "Miss Margaret, you saved our lives." That, internet, is the revenge. Not screaming, not cursing, Not even winning in court. It's turning the knife they stuck in your back into a key that opens doors for people who actually deserve it. So to every parent out there who's been told, you're selfish for finally saying no. You're not selfish. You're oxygen. And you're allowed to stop giving it to people who only want to watch you suffocate. I'm Margaret. I'm 65 now. I'm happy. And my house is full of love that was earned, not demanded. The end. No, honey. This is the beginning.